Hello everyone, welcome again to UIUC. It is also known as University of Indians and Chinese.
Of course, there are so many opportunities in India as well.
UIUC is just amazing. मुझे भी याद है when I was applying in 2016, it was top 10 for computer science. Now it's top 5 for research in computer science, and opportunities in engineering and the faculties are mind-blowing. But the process to apply to US is not less than overwhelming. So that's where IDP Hot Courses India comes in, which handles all the complexities of study abroad. Yes, I agree how overly complicated the process is. Right program, right scholarships, right documents, and then finding the scholarships, and then the most importantly, the visa process. All of it is handled simply with the help of IDP Hot Courses because they help you in every single step. Now the important part, IDP Hot Courses have partnership with hundreds of universities worldwide, and they allow you to compare up to 250,000 courses. And the best part, counselors in India give you personalized guidance at every single stage of study abroad. And here's the best part, all their counseling services are completely free. That's right, free for students. So once again, अगर आप serious हो, don't forget that IDP Hot Courses is available in your own city as well, which will help you find scholarships, especially for Indian students, चाहे वो private scholarship हो, government scholarship, all around the world, so that you can study in your dream university. Check out IDP Hot Courses right here with the link in description below. And now, Dosto, we have an undergraduate student who is doing research in self-driving. So, can you please introduce yourself and how he got into it, especially in India? So, he's going to work for which company?
Smythe Robots.
Which is level 5 in self-driving in India. So,
Hi guys, I'm Padmaksh Khandelwal. I'm a freshman at UIUC. I am currently majoring in CS with Banking, but basically I'll be math and CS. So I got the internship at Smythe Robots for reinforcement learning intern there, where I'll be working more on the theory side of reinforcement learning, where instead of writing more code, I'm working more on basically writing the equations and solving the equations of like optimizations की कार कैसे सही रास्ते पे चढ़े, कैसे देखे कि obstacles avoid करने हैं. So
like some US companies are like applied tuition in the US, but Indian roads के लिए Swayat is like
yes,
phenomenal.
Yes, if you guys have seen their video, follow them on Twitter and like their website. The cars like are kind of insane to like watch because they have videos of like a Bolero going around Indian Indian roads that had to like pat like a really torn apart road of like MP and something, where like cows coming and people going, other cars going wrong way, and it's just like avoiding everything and just going the way through.
How did you get that opportunity? How did you network?
So one of my mentors for my research that I did before was was good friends with the CEO of the company, Mr. Sanjeev Sharma. So they introduced me to them, and I had an interview, the personal interview with the CEO, and he liked my resume and the work I had done before in computer vision. And so he then extended the acceptance offer for me for this summer for internship.
Amazing. So now, Dosto, we are in the design building of UIUC. Let's start with your background. How was your journey coming to Illinois, and why UIUC?
I'm from Noida, that's near New Delhi.
Uh-huh.
And I decided to come to the US in at the end of 11th grade. So I wrote my SAT. I already had like a bunch of extracurriculars, so that kind of incentivized that kind of made things easier for me. Because I didn't really have to work on the profile building section. But for my SATs, I prepared for it. It took me like a couple months. And the rest of it was pretty usual. The process wasn't as hard. You just had to write like a few essays that were pretty I had fun personally writing those essays. That's what the process looked like. So for me, I was like a commerce with maths. I had chosen commerce with maths. But over here, I can do I can take a CS adjacent major. So right now I'm going to do cognitive science with a computer science track. And in India, that's completely unheard of, going from commerce to computer science.
So commerce to cognitive science plus computer science.
Yeah.
Pretty fascinating idea.
Yeah. So that's completely unheard of. So I just wanted to take that flexibility of the US and just other universities abroad. So that's my major reason why I came here, because I had fascination with tech. Over here, internships and opportunities come based off your past experience and not just your grade, because I've never been a huge fan of studying, but I really love to do practical hands-on work. So yeah, I think that's two main reasons why I came over here.
I'm from Lucknow. This is the capital of Uttar Pradesh. I decided to fly abroad right after 10th grade. I did some research and I always loved math. And regarding that, I looked into what could majoring in math mean for me, especially coming to the US. And I realized some of the opportunities like applied math research is very big in the industry here. It pays a lot if you do it well enough and if you get a good enough offer. Choosing UIUC was big because math research in UIUC it's claimed to be underrated. So there's really a good chunk of opportunities that come our way here, which it really like drove me. Like I prepared for my SAT and like I took APs in my junior year. I did a started research program with a professor from Harvard once, and the hands-on experience that I got from those projects, I think it made me even more want to push for okay, I want to do math research one day when after graduating. And
right now we will talk about most important question. एक student India से आ रहा होता है, it's in a big dilemma right now. I talked to students. One student was saying कि I am getting equal opportunities in India, similar pay as US. And startup चाहे US का है, but in India they're getting, and at the same time they're getting similar salary in US. तो कहाँ जाएं?
Like in India, usually you have placement cells and everything. Mostly it's GPA based. Over here, like if you like focus on GPA, you'll not land anywhere probably because like you need more practical hands-on experience. Like if you participate in research opportunities, work with your professors for an internship, or like reach out to startups and companies for an internship. I think that's way more valuable than getting a GPA.
Yeah, like private research is so big. अभी Moderna ने like next level cancer discovery की for pancreas cancer. There was by a private companies. Private companies में research अभी बहुत ज़्यादा है.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. So like over here, like if you don't have like an internship or something like related to your work experience, it's like super hard to land a job. But yeah, so that's all I want to say.
A bigger aspect here is the kind of freedom you have to work on things that you like.
Yeah.
Especially for my major math, the opportunities in India are as slim as they get. But in the US, so many fields of applied math research, theoretical research, and academia. A couple of my professors are former math majors who came here as postdocs. So I think there is a much higher scope of exploring what you'd like to do. So my goal, like lifelong goal, is just doing applied math research in the industry. So I think it's very realistic to achieve here, especially as compared to back home. That's my take on that.
You guys are like 2.5 hours from Chicago. आप कैसे जाते हो? There is one way by train, which is $20. There is bus, which is $45. What do you all prefer?
Yeah, so if you want to go like into downtown Chicago or like the heart of Chicago, you could probably choose like Amtrak.
Amtrak.
Super cheap.
Train.
Yeah, train. So it's like $20. I got my ticket for $17 from here to downtown Chicago. And the seats are like super good. It's like equivalent to business class in like flights.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you have like almost unlimited legroom. You have like a cafe on board. So it's like super good. The other way you can choose is to do Peoria charter, which is like a bus. The ticket is like $45, $50 depending on the day. But the thing is that you're flexible. The times are flexible.
If you have early morning flight, you should go by bus. But otherwise, trains are good. But there's so many delays with trains. That is the problem.
Yeah, my train got cancelled once from Michigan ticket.
Oh my God.
So they refunded the amount plus gave me like a voucher for my next train ride to be free.
Oh, nice. That's good. And there is cherry blossom starting in UIUC too. And this is such a big campus and connectivity buses की बहुत अच्छी है, right?
Yeah, buses are awesome.
Pretty good. तो मतलब आपको maximum कितना walk करना पड़ता है from one part to another? जैसे कि
If you take like buses, you can pretty much get anywhere you want. But the thing is that bus waiting time sometimes is like a lot.
So what are the habits you have as a student that you want to change? What you should be doing as a student that you're not doing?
I mean, no, I don't know if we're not doing it, but as a student, we should like have like a lot of experience, like practical hands-on work experience. And that's like something that US is like really good at offering. Having like a broad range of skills and acquiring them as soon as possible is like the best way for you to achieve your goals. Whether it's like even if you want to do research, if you want to get an internship, if you want to get a job later on, or if you want to start up something of your own, just acquiring like a diverse like set of skills will like help you, and that's like a super excellent habit that I'm trying to acquire.
Excellent.
So, like personally for me, like I would want to be stepping into more like math research opportunities, like asking more professors about. Yeah, that's one thing I should be doing more. Like I've not been approaching professors enough about.
You're saying that you should be doing more, getting into more research, but you're not.
Yeah, so like approaching professors more, asking, like inquiring about research opportunities would help me more. Like actually, like exploring more opportunities is beneficial in general.
So that's something you're trying to improve.
Yeah.
Okay. And how about you?
I think I'm not exploring enough enough like resources of the campus. Like we have like so many opportunities available to us that I'm not in part of. And like even if I want to like set a goal, like my goal was to get an internship for this summer. I only did like what I could do on my own level, as in like reach out to companies and apply and optimize resume and everything. But like there are so many other opportunities. Like there's a research park over here that has like super good companies like Nvidia and everything. I did not like try even like to go to any of their events or like yet. Like I want to go like to more events and more hackathons and participate in some hackathons. Like there's a new like hackathon for like product guys. So I want to be part of that. And personally speaking, like I want to participate in other like cool activities that UIUC has to offer, because like there's like a super cool club called underwater hockey over here.
Oh, nice. Underwater hockey. Wow.
Yeah, that I have not tried yet.
So now here an important question is कि एक student India में जो है, right? So he's thinking right now the expenses to come to the US are way higher right now.
Yeah.
And the return is diminishing because India में opportunities बहुत अच्छी आ रही हैं. So in this landscape, like I want to talk about the DeepSeek movement. I realized कि जब 2020 में there was a lot of racism against Chinese, they chose to stay in China instead of coming to the US. उसके कारण like DeepSeek movement is coming from China instead of the US. So same can happen in India one day when they start giving same perks like China gives to its citizens who are in the US, same salary पे वापस बुला लेते हैं.
Yeah.
So I think once India develops as well, वो brain drain problem solve कर लेगा. And अभी हो रही है by giving great opportunities in tech which are in India right now.
Yeah.
So what motivates a student? How would you tell a student to come to the US who has similar opportunities? I see so many students having great opportunities in India right now.
I mean, the startup scene in the US is way different than the startup scene in India, because over here, like there are actually innovative startups that are
Thinking 20 years ahead.
yeah, that are like super ahead of the game. And like right now in India, most startups are just focused on like basic stuff, and not a lot of innovation is happening over there. And usually what happens is like something like new comes over here, and then that same thing is copied back in India like 5-10 years down the line.
I see.
So yeah, I think just innovation is way more over here, and being part of that is a super good opportunity.
100%.
I think one big thing that I'd like to point out is the variety of opportunities here. So I said earlier, like I want to engage in math research in the US. Like that in India is much harder comparatively. Choosing academia as a career is still feasible here. Choosing to do research in the industry is still feasible and high paying. That's one thing that's really hard to achieve in India. I think it will take quite a bit of time to catch up.
So what are the 3 things students have to do if they come to UIUC? If someone is coming, how to make best out of their college experience? अगर किसी को maximum ROI लेना है, if you have to write it down for 3 steps, what someone should do?
Again, like practical experiences as much as possible, and that's like certainly number 1 up there.
Getting as many research
Yeah,
opportunities.
research,
going to
internships,
events.
whatever that looks like for you. Like it depends on person to person. Second, I would say like meeting new people and not just being limited to Indians and like the Indian circle, because like you came to the US, you could have done the same thing in India. And then third, I don't like have anything specific in mind right now, but for me it's like these 2 top things.
Main thing is just to decide some
Like
things that you're
exploration.
interested in, and like focusing on those things, because if you're not
Yeah.
going to be focused on things, it's gonna be hard.
I mean, yeah, you can. There's so much flexibility that our curriculum has to offer. Like, you can take whatever class you want. Like, for example, even as a CS plus X major, you only take like 2 CS classes, and the rest of them are like, at least for the first couple of years, you take like 2 CS classes, and the rest 3 are like something else completely.
Right, वहाँ पे एक जो building है, ये इनमें से कोई एक first building on campus थी, way back in 1860s or something like that. I heard. And so this was the place where they built everything around. वो Davenport Hall एक बड़ा सा देखो एकदम पीछे. That used to मतलब एक बहुत पुरानी फोटो है 1930s की. ये कोई buildings नहीं थी. Quad भी ढंग से ऐसे paved नहीं था. ऐसे in the middle of nowhere भी कुछ buildings थी यहाँ पे. इसी area के आसपास सब बनना शुरू हुआ तो they just made this the main quad.
Like 1950s when FDR was the president after World War II, and like he was like taxing the rich and सबको education subsidized कर दी थी. So that's why like all the universities established way more in 1930s to 50s. That's the history around all the universities. This is the first building. Okay, this is how University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign started. The foundation. Now, what are the best and worst parts of studying here at University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign?
I'll start with best. It's super like well known across the United States, especially in tech.
Like Susan is from here, YouTube CEO.
Yeah, so YouTube, no, not
Steve
Susan,
Chen.
Steve Chen.
Steve Chen.
One of the co-founders.
Yeah, and then the PayPal mafia, like the co-founder of PayPal with Elon Musk was from here.
Really?
The inventor of transistor was a professor over here. Texas Instruments.
Okay, that was the first semiconductor company.
Yeah.
Research, yeah.
Okay, so and what are the worst parts?
Just the location.
Location, Chicago se baat far.
Like, the city is super good inside, like, but the problem is that it's super far away from it.
Yeah,
I
no, it gets very boring as well. But mostly there's college students, so when everyone goes back home, there's nothing here.
Yeah, because college town, it's the coldest city of the US, one of the coldest.
Yeah.
Because of ocean effect, it becomes extremely cold. Okay, so this is now the engineering quad. So this is a beautiful river going through the quad. Okay, so what is the story about Ivy League and privileged universities for computer science? Like this is the second best computer science research university in the US. So, what story बताना?
So you definitely get like a super good edge if you like have a good brand name university for tech. And there was like this super interesting hiring guide that an HR by mistake leaked to an employee, which was like super viral on Reddit and LinkedIn. Basically, what it like listed out was that there were some like super strict requirements that they had. And one of them, it listed out like specific universities that they had super, that they preferred. The list goes, like, this was like Stanford, MIT, CMU, and then like some Ivy Leagues. And then one of them was UIUC. I think there was seven universities.
Wow, so because these are best for CS, so there's some sort of bias for top universities.
So like seven
there.
universities that they had preferred.
And University of Waterloo has more privilege. Like I know University of Waterloo, Silicon Valley aa raha hai, but like the competitiveness of Waterloo is way higher in some
Absolutely.
cases.
I mean, like acceptance rate wise, pure CS over here is for international. It's like
Easier.
2%.
It's 2%.
Yeah.
So
2%.
this is harder than Waterloo.
Waterloo is also like 2-3%.
Wow.
But then there are like blended programs over here like CS plus economics and CS plus math, CS plus statistics. So those are like a bit easier to get into, but still it's very competitive.
I see. So this is the engineering quad. All the engineering classes happen here.
Yeah.
No, that's the engineering library.
Okay.
This is the engineering library, and then campus instructional SIF is over there. That's
SIF, भाई वो है.
SIF is that.
SIF क्या है?
Campus instructional facility.
Okay.
One of the newer buildings on campus. A lot of stuff.
Okay.
SCD building.